TSF Entertainment.
Yo, 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 and welcome back to TSF Entertainment. We are back again, this time bringing you Raising Kanan, episode 9, exclusive picks and predictions. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Episode 9 synopsis says Ronnie and Kanan's feud with Rock intensifies as Marvin desperately searches for Lou. Famous and Jukebox find themselves at a turning point. So first up here in this scene, we see none other than Gerald and Marvin. As we all know from the last episode, Gerald is being an informant for Agent Tanner. Now the question is how much info Gerald is actually trying to get for Agent Tanner. Will he actually snitch on Marvin, or will he actually tell Marvin exactly what's going on? Here, of course, we know they're having a conversation. Gerald, more than likely, is probably going to try to fish for information from Marvin to, since he brought up Tony Deep, among other things. And Marvin's going to hint, catch the hints of what's going on. And maybe in this scene here is where Gerald, lets him know, like, hey, man, they backed me in the corner. This is what's going on. And maybe Marvin uses that to his advantage to feed Gerald bad information to Gerald can feed it to Agent Tanner. Here in this scene, we have Joaquin and Ronnie. If you saw from last week's trailer, you know, and there's a scene where Ronnie is stretched out on the van being patted down. So from the looks of it, we finally have a meeting with these two. Now, what could that meeting be about? Could it be that Joaquin is letting Ronnie know that Juliana is unalive? She's no longer with us, excuse me. Ronnie is coming there to pick up his work as usual and finds that out. And Ronnie goes to Joaquin to say, we do business. Let's go forward. And it could be quite possible. Ronnie says, no, your dealings was with Juliana, not me. Or he could also say that she stole from me, so you have to double, you have to pay me back double of what you were paying her if you want to go forward. Or it just could be it. Joaquin doesn't want to work with him at all. Here we have once again drunk Lou, who is slumped over at a bar. We see two cops coming in, which more than likely they're coming to arrest Lou or coming to grab Lou. Maybe the bar manager or whatnot called because Lou's drunk, slumped over the bar, needs to be removed. They come remove him out of the bar. Probably where Lou maybe acts up a little bit, and then that's where he gets taken in. It could quite also be that these two cops are working with none other than Detective Howard. As we see, those are the exact same two cops that was in the bar with Lou. So it would be quite possible that Detective Howard put out an APB for Lou. They found Lou and they brought Lou to this hideaway. Why? Maybe Rock gave these two cops some extra money to so that this could happen, or maybe they're working for Detective Howard. Detective Howard told them to keep it on the low, gave them some type of story of why, not to take him to the precinct, and they brought him here. As we saw in the trailer, that Lou was in some type of abandoned house or warehouse or whatnot, zip tied to a chair while Detective Howard was speaking to him. And from the looks of it, this looks like this happens to be that scene where Lou is zip tied to the chair and him and Detective Howard are having words, and then eventually he ends up pointing the gun at Lou's head for what Lou was saying. Right here, if you saw our last video of episode 9 and 10 theories, there was a theory that Jukebox here was possibly in a holding cell or in a interrogation room, but that theory was absolutely wrong because as we can see, there's a bandana to the left of her. Her bag is behind her. Um, I'm going to say either this is before or after Butter's performance, as they finally had, as you all know, they're the opening act for Shanice, and we finally see Butter performance. We finally get the performance that we've been waiting for, as we've been seeing them week in and week out, practice and rehearse. And now here it is, where they are opening up and performing for Shanice's event. We have Jukebox here, who's behind the curtains, more than likely, probably got the jitters, just looking out at the crowd to see who's out there, see how big the crowd is, and whatnot. Here we have Marv and Rock, which of course we can tell they are there to support Juke for her performance with Butter. Everyone is happy. It looks like they got a round of applause, a standing round of applause at that. Here we have Detective Howard and Agent Tanner, which looks like they are in Captain Batiste's room. Now, the question is, why are they in there? Is Agent Tanner on to Detective Howard? That's why Batiste called him in his room. Or could it be that now, as we saw last week, they're finally bringing him into the task force, where this is where he's finally getting into the task force. Agent Tanner is telling Captain Batiste that we're actually putting Howard into the task force, as well as probably divulging about Marvin, since he is number one on their list. And probably here could be possible that Howard finds out that Agent Tanner has a CI, which we all know is Gerald, and is getting information in reference to Marvin. Here we have Snaps and Pop, which we saw from the trailer last week. They are pretty upset. They are mad at Rock. They are sitting down with Kanan and letting them know that, hey, your mom is messing with our investment and it has to stop. So this seems more like they are coming up with a plan, hatching a plan to either take Rock out or shut Rock's business down for good, and they're letting Kanan know so that he can be on board with it. Here we have Famous and Ronnie, which is outside of Famous' old apartment. Now, we don't know why Famous came back. There's been theories that this scene here, Ronnie is jacking up Famous due to the song that Famous recorded when he talked about unaliving Freddie. That could be quite possible, as Ronnie has told him in an earlier episode, you run your mouth is what Kanan told me. Or it could be he's trying to put some fear in his heart, as he told him before, I can show you what it's like to be shook. But we still don't know why Famous came back to his old apartment, which I'm thinking is none other than to talk to Kanan. Maybe there's some type of information he had to tell Kanan. Maybe he's just trying to amend their friendship, trying to get back to being as brothers, saying like, hey, this is what it is. I want no part of it. I want my brother back or whatnot. But however, from the looks of Ronnie and Kanan, I don't think it's going to go down that way. And as we can see, they let Famous go. This scene here, we have Kanan and Rock. In this infamous scene, we know Rock tells Kanan, you're done, you're out, finito, you're done in the game. And Kanan lets Rock know, I could make a few calls, people could come and get you, to that nature, where this is the first time we see Kanan makes a threat at Rock. From the looks of it, it looks like they are, maybe Rock pulls up on him at school, or maybe this is possibly this could be maybe where they both went to Juke's act. I mean, not Juke's act, Juke performance with Butter to support, and they bump into each other in the hallways, and this is the whole conversation that they had. And that's it. So you let us know what you think. You make sure to please like, subscribe, and also drop your theories or drop your predictions down in the comments. And again, let us know what you think.